Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Welcome to Man Unveiled. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. And as always, we are always here every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. to empower you as a man. And when a man is empowered, the family is empowered, the society is empowered. This is what we always say, that a society that doesn't empower its men is an endangered species. Sooner or later, there will be nothing to be seen. The man is the seed carrier. The man is the hope of the society. That is why God created man from the beginning. And out and inside the man, the woman came from the rib of a man. So a man is a key component in the society. And we are here with a panel of able men, wise men and women. Last show, this place was sparkling. And I can say that we had a wonderful ladies. We had Dr. Becky. She's not together with us today. But we have Tabith, who will be looking at what women wished men knew. And today we are debunking on the maids, because we realized last time that there are a lot of maids. There are a lot of things that are assumed or ignored. We also have another gentleman here. He has been in this show before. Mwalimu George Kimani. You can introduce yourself, sir.
Thank you so much, Pastor Joe Wisdom.
Yes, sir.
It's always a great joy to be in this show. You know, you have played a major role in my public speaking venture. Therefore, when I share a show with you, I am always very happy. I'm grateful even to be in this studio of Elevate TV. And I'm also happy to meet my sister here, Tabith. My name is George Kimani. I am an accountant and a counseling psychologist. I'm the founder of CHACHAM Consultants, where we seek to empower businesses and empower minds. We are found there at the Bazaar Plaza. So it's a great joy to be here as we seek to demystify the myths that exist in regard to what men think about women. So we are here to hear from women. They tell us what they wish that we as men would know.
Thank you, George. I think this show is a result of the comments we read. The last show, there were a lot of outcry. People said, your show haijaisha. We need more.
Sure.
And actually some people suggested we also need a man in this show. Yes, we are planning for a men edition of the same. But again, I feel like it's good to address. That's why we read your comments. We read your feedback. We say that feedback is the breakfast for champions. We read your feedbacks and we are here. Today, we have someone to address the issues that Tabith will be bringing out. Tabith, look at this camera and salimia watu huko nyumbani.
Hello viewers, I am happy to be here again. You requested we continue with this show last week, and here we are. My name is Tabith Gathoni. I'm a Christian marriage coach and I'm also a counselor, and it is my pleasure to be here to represent women so that I can let men understand what we wish they knew. Stay tuned, and if you have any comment, you can always let us know.
Wow. I'm very happy because of the feedback you gave. You told me that your children were watching.
Yes, they were watching.
Mention them. I want you to have peace when you go home.
They watched, and there's something I said that when we say we create time, men, you need to create time with your women. I suggested maybe when the kids sleep or in the evening after work, you are tired, everybody is coming from job, you are all tired. But we remember we need to work to make this marriage work. We need to create time. I suggested we create an hour before we go to bed. We interact or we catch up with our wives. Have that moment to know how was her day, how was your day as a man, share with your woman. And my girl asked Dad when they were watching that show, Dad, so this is why you usually remain here with Mom when we go to sleep. So meaning the message was home. That feedback from my girl was quite impressive.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
That's good feedback. As Apostle Muriithi keeps telling me, he instructed me not to be bringing armchair generals. Told me to bring people who are solid, people who are tested. So you hear that your girl is also saying, oh, that's why you are always left. So we are talking about practical things. We call it phronesis, practical wisdom. Practical wisdom. And that is why we want it to be very practical to you, not just theories. We want to give you something that you can apply, because relationships must work, men must be empowered.
Sure, sure.
Maybe we can pick up from where we left last time, and we were talking about things that women wished men knew. And possibly, Tabe, you can remind us, and especially on one of the areas that you are very passionate about, that women are not complicated. Maybe you can take us from there.
Okay.
Yeah, because George is here. He'll tell us.
You know, there is a myth that most men usually say, I know you can bear me witness, that we are complicated beings.
Yes.
It's very hard to understand what a woman needs. But I want to make it clear, we are not complicated. What happens, we as women, we just desire to be loved. What happens is, a man is trying to love a woman, but they are loving this woman the way this woman is not able to interpret as love. So we need to understand, what does this woman feel? What can I do to this woman? What can I do to this lady so that she can feel loved? Maybe that is what we need to do as men, so that we don't see like they are complicated. They are not complicated. It's only that they have that desire. And yesterday we talked several things about.
That's true. Yeah, it's okay. Continue.
We talked about several things, and today I wanted to add something, just a little bit about decision making. Yesterday we talked about leadership. As a man, one quality of leadership, it's about decision making. A man needs to be firm when making decisions. A man who is undecisive, a man who is not able to make decisions, is makes a woman to be very frustrated. So it is very good for a man to be firm. Whenever a lady maybe suggests something, don't feel like you are being intimidated. Don't feel like this woman wants to run a show. Remember, we said this is your helper. So maybe they are suggesting something. It is up to you now to take the mantle of leadership, make a decision, and a firm decision.
Wow.
If you don't respond to the request, this woman feels frustrated. These frustrations are what are leading to now resentments, and you may find that women are now taking lead than the men. So we need to lead by making decisions and firm decisions.
Wow, wow. I think, as you are saying, in our last show, we really looked about leadership, and I want to appreciate that you have brought out that point very strongly. Maybe when you're still there, you have mentioned something about men working so hard to do things that demonstrate love to the woman, but again the woman is not able to interpret that this is love, because she has a different version of what love is.
Sure.
Now, can you maybe take us through, maybe in some few minutes, on the love languages? Because we cannot assume that everybody knows about the love languages.
Sure, sure.
Because I want to give my wife money, because I think when I give her money, maybe that is how my first girlfriend behaved. She needed money, she wanted money. Maybe that is what my friend's wife behaved. Yeye akipewa pesa ako sawa. Anambia wacha maneno mingi, mimi nipatie pesa. So when I try that at home, it doesn't work. My wife doesn't interpret that as love. Possibly she needs time. Maybe you can take us through the love languages, and Mwalim here will tell us how they are able to interpret that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Maybe the love language that women understand. As a woman, when you are treated as a priority, when you feel like your man gives you a position number one after God, you are the next. That is a love language that we really understand. We really interpret well as love. Remember, we said we need to be told verbally. Then now we are talking about the action that men need to take. One is to be treated as a priority. Be given the position that you need. When you want maybe to do something, maybe you want to go, the issue of maybe you've been sent to work, like the way you've been sent to go to Uganda, you've been sent to go to Mombasa. The first person to know, it's your colleagues. Maybe it's your mother, it's your sister. Then when you're in Mombasa, you are calling your wife, Namabia, by the way, I am in Mombasa. So this lady will feel like, how comes he went and he didn't inform me?
Or even the mother is the one telling him that next week so and so is going to this, and the wife doesn't know.
Exactly.
Unasikia na wengine.
So this brings some sort of frustration. So we need to be given priority. Let everybody else come after us.
Wow.
And then the other thing, it's about the issue of maybe finances. There's usually an issue where men, not only men, but there's this issue, people think that marriage is about 50-50. You
Maybe we'll come to that. We'll come to the money issues. Before uze pesa, we are
talk
coming
about
to
the love language.
Yes, we are coming to that. We are coming to the money issues because it's also a love language.
Okay.
It's also a love. Let us engage our online viewers, and you can continue writing to us. We'll be filtering your comments. And actually, this is what I want to say in this show. Your comments tonight will be the basis of the men edition next week. So bring those comments coming. We will have a panel of men just demystifying these facts and looking at them very objectively. I have people in mind. I'm talking to them. They need to be here. And I want possibly to talk to George. You have heard that they are not complicated. What's your interpretation?
Thank you very much. I think I'm rightly positioned to talk about that.
Yes.
Because I am married, and I want to take this opportunity to say hi to my dear wife Margaret and the family. I know they are watching us.
Yeah.
And I share the opinion that women are complicated. Yeah, in our last week's show, there is a person who wrote a comment and said that I think in a day a woman will speak 45,000 words.
Yes. They say 25,000.
25,000 words. Yes. Something like that. Now, these words, they are about many other things. They may not be about her directly and me directly. So the man is here listening to all these 25,000 words, and they can't understand what is it.
Yes.
So my suggestion is that women and our wives and our girls and our daughters and sisters, as you communicate, be specific. Specify, be clear on what is it that you want, and narrow down on the things that you want me to do for you or you want me not to do for you. Before you now talk of these other 24,000 words, let me first of all understand
the 5,000.
The 1,000 that maybe is about me and you. Let me understand it. Then the other 24,000 can come in. Yes. Something else that as men we see, and you always hear our men say, is that women, I think they are so flexible when it comes to moods. In the morning, you leave your wife very happy, very jovial, but in the evening, you find a completely different person.
Oh, that's what you are now calling complication.
That's also an aspect of complication. And you are left wondering,
you address that.
How did this come about?
Yes.
Or even in actually within 1 hour, you are discussing something and you are all happy. Then within no time, Gafra bin Fuvu, you find things have turned to the other side. So that makes us to think that women are complicated. I don't know whether they can be able to adjust on that. At least they give signals or they change slowly so that now we can be able to see.
They give us time to adjust.
Yeah, time to adjust. The other thing that Tabith has touched on is about decision making.
Yes.
That a man is for you to be a leader, you must be good in decision making.
Yes.
That one I agree.
Yes.
But on the other side, we also need to contend with the fact that Joe Wisdom, you said yesterday, that before we get married, a lady is futuristic.
Yes.
But a man is immediate, looks at what is now here. Then when we get married, a man now becomes futuristic. And the lady now is settled. Is just looking at the immediate. Now the decisions that I make, which are about the future, my wife may not really understand. Because for her, she's seeing what is available here and now.
She is Minister for Home Affairs.
Yes, Minister for Home Affairs.
Yes.
And I think this is why you hear men say that we budgeted some money with my wife. And we we said this one is to go here, this one is to go here, and all these other to go there. Then the following day or immediately the same day, she's here asking for some more money. And she was there and she knew all the money was spent. It is because for her, she's just looking at what is here. So my suggestion as a man and as a husband to our wives and our sisters is that they should support the decision that we are making.
Yes.
Because ours is more futuristic.
Yes.
Theirs could be more immediate, but when we differ, let them agree, let them support.
Yes.
Yeah. Let them give their views, even if we don't listen, and we go there and suffer, they will now be strong to come and tell us, I told you this, but you never listened. But support the decision that your man has made. Now,
let me tell you something, George, because I've interacted with some of these men. You are in school.
Yes.
Primary school, high school, at university.
Yes.
And I'm very sure that even if you are always number one, at some point there are girls who are ahead of you.
Yes. Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Even primary school, secondary school. Now, so there are women also who are very intelligent. We are dealing with some women who are also actually, if you are in school together, they could have beaten you hands down. Now, this woman knows that you are making a mistake, and she can see it because her IQ is very high. Do you want her to support a mistake? Do you want her to just be silent there, supporting you, and she knows that you are headed for a mountain? You know that hakuna mahali unaenda. You know, how do you want us to handle that?
There is something that was said, I can't remember last show. Last week, whether it was said by Daktari or Sister Tabith, that there can never be two leaders.
Oh, yes.
And I remember you saying that the only thing that has more than one head is a monster.
Is a monster, yes.
So, I am the head.
Yes.
Whether I'm making the wrong decision or the right decision, it is my time to make the decision.
Okay.
But my wife has an opportunity to tell me, this decision that you are making is
these are repercussions.
Is wrong. You are going to fail there.
Yeah.
But if I don't listen to her, she should also allow me to move on.
Okay.
And come behind me. When I fail, ama nifike pale nigongwe. Now she can tell me, I told you.
Yes.
But you could not listen.
Yes.
Now, myself as a right-thinking person,
yes,
I will be able now to sit down and say, for sure, my wife had told me this.
Yes.
So next time when I'm making a decision and she appears to have a different opinion, I will now be able to listen to her.
Wow, this show is mocking, as they say, and I like the energy in the room. Huku tuna sweat. You know, mambo imeshika moto. And I appreciate our guests because they have the information, they have interacted, they are coming from the counseling background, so they know what they are talking about. They have dealt with the people who are fighting these battles. So continue writing to us, continue pinning those messages, continue telling us what you think you thought are the myths and the facts when it comes to women and men. We want to empower a man. We want a man to know his place, and we want a woman to know what a man expects of him, and what possibly Tabith thought, wished that we knew about them. Now, you can hear what he is saying, and I know you have a comeback.
Yes.
Yes, continue.
Absolutely, I have a comeback. First, I want to start with the mood changes.
Yes.
There are several things that can usually make us have those moods. One, I'll talk about the natural one. We know as women, we go different phases in every month.
Yes.
That is usually one of the major causes. You know, the hormonal changes that takes place in our body, it's like taking drugs. You know, somebody who is drunk, somebody who has taken those are bad drugs. You are the influence, the way they behave. The same way those hormones takes a toll in us, to a point sometimes we are not able to control ourselves. So it is good as a man, understand the patterns of your woman, of your wife. Yesterday we talked about paying attention. Pay attention at what point of the month does these moods come. Maybe they are caused by the natural cause now of the hormonal changes. The other thing that causes these moods is about resentment. And I want to use the example you have just shared. When you want to make a decision, your wife gives you a suggestion, you don't want to implement it, but you have heard, and you want her to let you go ahead and do what you want. So you want to ignore her opinion. Whenever us as women feel our opinion doesn't matter, it creates a lot of resentments in us. That is also another major cause of the moods. Because you feel like you are insignificant, you are unseen, you are not being recognized in this marriage. So our opinions needs to matter. Even if you won't implement my opinion, just tell me, can we try this first? If it doesn't work, then we can try to add this. But don't just ignore me, at you want me without telling me to allow you to proceed, at when you fail, that is when I can come and tell you, I told you.
That again support you and take another loan.
Exactly. Actually, this aspect of telling you, I told you, it is not good, because that is a fight starter.
That's true.
It's like attacking somebody. I told you. So it is like even to damage your ego.
That's
you feel like you have failed. So the best thing is negotiate. At that point, I have given my opinion. Can you create a room for negotiation? Tell your wife, okay, I have heard what you have said, but I'm thinking, can we try this and see if it works? That way I feel you have heard. You have, my opinion matters. So I'm expecting we try yours. If it fails, I'm expecting we try my opinion. I don't think, I think I'm clear on that. And this creates a lot of resentment. A lot of women are bitter because they are not being listened by our husbands. We feel like, I can see he's making a mistake, but even if I talk, he will do nothing. So let me just
You let him
quiet.
crash. You let him crash.
Remember, we are brought in your life to help you.
Yeah.
God had a reason. God felt that this man needs a helper. You can't be good in everything. That is why God gave you a helper. So we are there to help you see a mountain that you're about to make you crash that car that is ahead of you that you can't see. But if you are not allowing us to tell you there is a mountain, there is a stone that we need to remove first, we feel frustrated. And because it is something that is ordained, it's something natural. We are there for a reason. That is why resentment comes. Because you know, naturally you know, I'm supposed to help, I'm supposed to support.
Wow.
And if it doesn't happen, now the bitterness starts building up. And it brings about the mood changes. And I would also want to talk about the communication bit of it. There's also an issue to do with the communication here. When you say men, we need to give you room to do what you want, then I would suggest men make communication ways or the avenues for communication open. Give us permission to question. Give us permission to ask you any question, because remember, we are making our marriage work. It is not about you, even if you are the head. We respect you as the leaders. We respect you as the head of our families. But let us be people who can question. Even a CEO, even a manager. For you to work well, you need those who are leading to question you so that you can know when you are making a mistake. So make the communication channels open and be ready for us to ask any question and answer. Even if it is asking, jana usiku kwa nini ulikuja late? Why did you come late last night? Let it be open.
You know, I had someone say, okay, I don't believe in that, but I had someone saying that men are like electricity, like power. That when it goes off, after it comes back, you don't ask it where it was. Steve ikipotea irudi huirizagi ulikuwa wapi. But I don't think that's the way to go. I would want to agree with both of you that at some point there will be that understanding. Actually, every man should be worried when the woman is silent. Never think that your woman has matured so much that she is not asking any question. Whenever you hear your woman is silent, know that whatever is being planned, my friend,
exactly,
you will see dust. You will see dust. So it is good to give them an opportunity to speak and to, even if they, you know, that is what we call, I think, that's what we call in the corporate emotional intelligent. So every man must be emotionally intelligent. You must be able to deal with your emotions and the emotions of others. You must be able to manage the emotions of others and your personal, your individual emotions, so that at least everybody will feel heard I think that's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Yeah.
So maybe she was debunking the fact that women are complicated, so we need to understand them from that point. Actually, understanding makes you outstanding. Continue writing to us, continue being part of this show. Call a man, call a woman, tell them that there is a show that covers them tonight. Tell them something good is happening on Elevate, on Man Unveiled show. And I know after we have had Mwalim, I want you to address the aspect of finances, because you are coming from that background. And as you said, sometimes you find that a woman have asked or have requested, buy this or buy this, I would want you to do this. And at some point, we have very empowered women. Hakwabi kitu mara mbili. We would want to have possibly, we would want to have the curtains changed. We'd want to have the seats, you know, changed, and you are there. You are very futuristic, as you said. You are not thinking about the seats. Actually, there's nothing wrong with these seats. Provide, si unakalia kwani kuna shida. Curtains kwani kuna shida. And the next moment you enter that house, you think you are in a stranger's house. Actually, unafikiria umekosea mlango. Because the full house is changed. Alienda akanunua vitu na akaleta. What about that?
For me, I don't think there is any problem. Because first of all, the wife brought out the issue that we need to change the seats, we need to change the curtains, we need to change the carpet, and so on and so on. And while she was telling you, she thought that you have the ability. And I need to say that I come from a philosophy where I believe that my money is family money. The money my wife makes is family money. So we are supposed to bring it to the table, we discuss, and we see how we are going to use it. So by the time she's telling me we need to do ABC, she knows that I have the ability. So we need to bring the aspect of negotiations. We agree on how the money that is available will be used. But in the event that you delayed, because there are people who understand things much later. I've been a teacher for long, and I can tell you, kuna watu who wanaelewa baadaye.
They are called STLs.
Yes.
STLs. Slow to load.
Yes, the STLs. Wanaelewa baadaye ndio wanasema, so this is what this person was saying. So if the husband is like that they will see the need much later, and the wife is a fast runner, and she has the ability, she has gone and bought, I don't find any problem. Actually, I should congratulate her.
You feel
the only issue that maybe can be a problem is when very many things are being done without you being informed. But if you are informed that I want us to change this, I want us to change this, and because I have the ability, you find it has been done, I think, well done, my wife.
Wow. I think men need to hear that, because there are men who are very upset when they find their wives or their spouses doing something without their knowledge. And possibly, should there be a discussion around it?
I want to add on
should
that.
the woman say that now, George, now that you are not able, I've been telling you about this thing, I've been talking about this, and it's like possibly you are not in a position right now. There's some money I got somewhere, or I can get this money somewhere. Is it okay if I can go ahead and should there be that communication? Ama ni unapata mambo imebadilika?
As I have said, my philosophy is this: we need to bring the money together, and agree. But that does not mean we agree 100%. That I have to be in charge of 100% of my wife's money, or she has to be in charge of my money 100%. We allow space, because there are some things that I may not really understand their importance, but she understands. So I have to leave her as some percentage for her to go ahead and implement. She also has to leave me some percentage for me to go ahead and implement some things, which for me I think they're important, but her, she does not believe they are important. But that aspect of being in the know, that
communication.
we are going to do this, but si kukuja kustukia unapata maybe once in a while unaweza stukia, it can be a surprise, but if it now becomes a habit, then that is a problem.
Wow. I think I want us to just go for a break, a short break, then we are picking up from that conversation. Very important. Money matters. Because money matters have broken many families. Many men have left broken, many women have left in loans, servicing loans that they didn't know where the money went. Coming back in a short while.
Nico Works Now Trust is a program that comes to you on Elevate TV every Friday at 7:30 p.m. In this program, we dwell into the journey of small and micro enterprises in the country.
Tulikuwa tunafulia watu manguo, wengine walikuwa wameandikwa house girls, lakini saa hii tumetoka hapo.
You can get the story from domestic workers to people handling 150,000 shillings per month. They're just 13 people. We look at the challenges that they're facing.
The city council will harass you for anything, whether you have documents or not. Roads, traffic, such things really affect us.
And we tap into the opportunities available in the sector.
Hiyo unit tulikuwa tunaambiwa tusikue employees, tujaribu tukue ma employers. So nikaamua naweza anzisha kakao kadogo mashinani.
So nikaona badala niuze gas pekee, nikaanza na vitabu kidogo, books za kuandika na stationery. Nikasoga hivyo, after some time nikaona I still can sell the textbooks.
Join me, Collins Otas, every Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Elevate TV, and let us journey together in this show.
Welcome back. Man Unveiled show here on Elevate. We are talking about hard issues, the things that women wished men knew. And we have addressed several issues. I want to thank God for my panel here. Thank you, Mwalim. He's a psychologist, and I like where you are coming from and the way you are handling issues. You know, the last episode, I was sweating alone here. You have come to save me. Thank you, sir. May you live long. And Tabith here also speaking it as it is. And I know women are feeling presented out there. You are really handling the issues that these are things that we have handled in our counseling sessions. I want us to get back, even as you continue writing to us. We want to hear from you as our viewer. We want to say that we value your feedback. Your feedback is what informs our next episode. So we are not ignorant of what you're saying and your contribution. Mwalimu, we are talking about money. Your money, there are women who believe, and you'll be talking about it possibly, you can handle it right now. There are women who believe that my money is my money, but your money as the man is our money. And the woman doesn't want to be questioned of her salary. All right? And in case she pays any bill, the man has to refund. Actually, the man borrows from the wife. Sometimes the man is so pushed, he cannot even pay school fees at some point. Maybe he's a businessman. Maybe the TEDAS hajalipwa, pesa haijatoka, and watoto wanafukuzwa shule. And the woman at least says that now, because I fear being my children being I will pay. Unajua hakuna mama, there is no woman who have money. Most of them wanasemanga nitachukua kwa chama. There is a place I can get money, but you will refund. Sure. Maybe you can help us understand why is it that some, not all, why some women, and this is coming from men, feel like their money is their money and they don't want to be questioned about it, but the man's money is our money and family money. Yes.
Okay, I want maybe to respond about that, and I say it is an issue that has been there. And maybe it is because of lack of knowledge, lack of wisdom, or maybe ignorance to some, and some is lack of knowledge. I would want maybe to say, from what I teach myself, I usually base it from the Bible. When God said, for this reason, a man shall leave the parents and the wife, the two to cleave together and they become one. It meant you be one all around, not just physically, even financially. So in marriage, when you bring the issue of my money and his money or our money, it means you are dividing, you are bringing in division. Yet you are supposed to be one, we are supposed to remain one. So it is an issue here of misunderstanding. We need to know it is our money, whether it is for my husband or it is for the wife. And this one, it needs also, the leadership aspect of the man needs to come in here. The man needs to lead by example. You need to be open. You need to be be transparent. How much are you earning? Don't this issue of sharing bills, I'll pay school fees, I'll pay rent, you deal with food and the house girl or other things. This is dividing. You are like creating division. If a man does that and you are the head, you are bringing in division in your own marriage. You are supposed to lead by example, being transparent. Let this woman know this is the amount of money that is here. And you expect her also. Let her bring in the money. This is what you are going to do with the money. Then the way my friend here, George, has said, there is an allowance you can give each other. Maybe you can take this, 10,000. This you can use for your own personal use. Maybe you need to go
because
to salon.
Because there's fuel, there's salon, and other needs. There's black tax. Black tax to measure kwa groups.
Exactly. So that one needs to be catered for. But the aspect of expecting I do this and you do this, that is you are bringing in division. And this spirit of division, it is what is breaking our marriages. So we need to remain one, even in matters to do with finances.
Maybe Tabe, if I can engage on that, there are men who keep saying, because we want to really debunk, we want to really help the man here, because this show is about men, and we want to help the man understand his place and know how he is supposed to respond. Actually, someone said the word responsibility, because they keep saying that the man must be responsible, the man must take responsibility. That word responsibility comes from two words, the word ability and the word response. It means it's your response, is the ability to respond to issues. We want to position a man in a better place where he can respond to issues in a wise manner. Now, when we talk about money, there are men who say that if my wife knows that I have money, that's the time she wants us to change the fridge, to buy a bigger, milango bili. That's the time she wants us to change this, that's the time she wants us to relocate. Actually, they say, the reason why I don't tell my wife when I have money is because she'll ensure that iyo pesa yote imeisha. What about that? Because possibly that's why men don't want to say that they have money.
I would first question the foundation of that marriage.
Okay.
Because you know, in marriage, we are expecting your two friends who got married. A marriage is made up of two friends.
That's the ideal position.
Yes.
Tabe, I want you to help people also. People who married under abnormal circumstances. Kuna wengine walikutana huko wakaokoka baadaye. So they married when there was they married in darkness. It was not even something serious, but because there were some other things involved, they settled. And right now they are born again, Holy Spirit filled, and they are doing well, and they are trying to work out this marriage. Because when we talk about the foundation, is people who met in church and in these settings, and everything is okay. That's the ideal position. The other position is that there are people who are just on come we try. At 20 years down the line, 15 years down the 10 years down the line, they are still there and they are trying to work out their marriage. They have been fighting over these things. How do you help that person to come to a place of understanding about our issue here?
No, I get you, Apostle.
Yes.
So this issue maybe now, if they have been in marriage and maybe they were not bleeding well, but now they are trying to make it work.
Yes, yes.
I think this is an issue to do with the personality of this person who is not able to manage money. When you see money, you feel like you want to spend it.
Yes.
So it brings in the concept of understanding each other.
Okay.
How do you react towards money? Because our personality has to do with how we deal with money. So it's about understanding each other, and also sit down and discuss. If you suspect your wife is misusing money, or she's not the type of, maybe following a budget, following a plan, maybe that's something that you have planned to do, she's not able to stick to that. If she cannot follow, even if you continue telling her again and again, what about maybe seeking professional help or somebody to come and help? Maybe to help her understand why she is not able to plan for her money. Why when she sees money, she thinks about spending, and you are thinking about how maybe you can invest. Maybe they can invest in therapy. They be helped to understand their money, their relationship with their money.
Or even do a short course on financial management.
Exactly.
I think that helps so much. I think our viewer, the one who had engaged us on that, I think you can help your wife or your spouse. There are men who are spendthrift. There are men who spend money, and sometimes the wife feels that this man anaona kama hii pesa ni mingi, just the next time nitamuitisha pesa hana, and they feel very defensive. There are even women who are very also mean to themselves. A man takes you out and you are trying to calculate, we are spending 5,000 here, and you could have bought 1 kilo of meat we could have cooked at home, and the man want to treat this woman well.
Sure.
You know, so I think also from both sides, know one another. Know the strength of your spouse, know who is good with money, and let them become the financial managers, the financial controllers.
Exactly.
I don't know how possible that it is.
Yeah, thank you, Apostle. I am liking the debate and the way Tabith is bringing it out. A few points. One, just like life has seasons.
Yes.
People need to understand,
Yes.
even finances have seasons.
That's true.
Today you have money, tomorrow you don't have money.
Yes.
So if today you as the man, you are the one domineering in terms of finances.
Yes, doing well.
Doing well. How you treat your wife, she's taking note.
Wow, I like
In
that.
our last episode, we were told that they have a bank.
Oh, yes.
They deposit information and they retrieve with a high level of accuracy. So in her day of doing well, when her kingdom will come,
Yes.
and you will be doing poorly,
Yes.
then you will be given the same treatment
Wow.
that you give. But if when you are doing well as a man, you laid everything open, you allowed her to participate,
Yes.
you involved her in everything,
Yeah.
then even when you will go down, even her, she will feel obligated to allow you to participate, to treat you well, and not to complain.
Wow.
So that is a point that I think men and also women need to understand.
Yes.
So when it is your season to do well, remember or take note of how you are treating the other one, because their season will come.
Wow. Wow.
Number two, there is a point that Tabitha has brought out, which I like so much. That when you share bills,
Yes.
you say that mimi yangu is to pay rent, you pay school fees and so on. You are creating a spirit of division.
Division, yes.
And this spirit will mature and spread to other areas.
Yes.
And before you know it, you will have lost your marriage. As I said, I am from the philosophy that we need to put the money here.
Wow. In
Now,
same
when the
pool.
money is put
Yeah,
here,
you create a pool.
we create a pool. Not necessarily that we are bringing it all here,
Yes, yes.
but at least I know my wife has some money, or she knows I have some money.
Yeah.
And when an immediate bill comes, a family bill comes, whoever has the money at that point pays, without saying that I'm the one who had paid this, I'm the one who had paid this. It is a family bill.
Wow.
I, as the husband, I have money. Let me pay. Another bill has come. I have the money. I still pay, despite the fact that I'm the one who had paid the one that was there previously. The next one, when maybe it will be coming, it will be my wife who will be having the money. And that is the way to create unity.
Maybe as you continue to the next point, I want to say that I had a case. I had a case where the man and the woman are saying that we agreed from the onset that these are her bills, these are my bills. Now for her, for the last 2 months, she has not been able to do this. Actually, steam has in a cut because of this. Because the man has money, but the woman is not in a position. But because they separated the bills, this one, even if you have money, you can't pay them. You can't pay that bill. And I think that's what you're talking about. It creates division.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that is very, very wrong. Actually, those of us who borrow our principles from the Bible,
Yes.
we know that the Bible says we become one.
Yes.
So when a family bill has come, like now, electricity bill,
Yes.
why should electricity be disconnected in my house when I have money and I can't pay?
Yes.
Or my wife has money
Because
and can't
it is
pay?
the other person's
No,
responsibility.
that is wrong.
Yeah.
If a couple is doing that, then they should know it's just a matter of time and bad things will happen.
Wow.
So they should stop, and the family bill, when it comes, let the person pay, whoever has the money.
Yes.
The other thing is a point again she has brought out on financial management.
Yes.
This issue where men complain that if my wife knew I have money,
Yes.
that to me kayote immediately. I like what she has said, that money has personalities. Actually, we say there are 5 personalities of money.
Wow.
Let me just start.
Take us through.
Though today is not about that. We have a personality called saver, those people who save. We have a personality called investors, those who invest. We have a personality called spenders, those they live in the moment. We have a personality called balancer. Now, a balancer tries to balance saving, spending, and investing. And we have a a personality called avoidant or ignorant. Now, these are people who do not care anything about money. So if your wife or your husband is found in the spending character, then you can seek therapy. You can come to financial experts like us in CHACHAM consultants. We do some of those things. The person will be assisted, and we keep you with tools on how to manage finances. You don't need to fight. There are solutions that can be provided. Yes.
Wow. I think I like the fact that knowing your spouse, whether she's a spender, whether she's a saver, because there are also those who are savers. And I'm telling you, you'll eat one meal for 1 month. You'll eat Gathoni for a whole week, just because this man is saving towards a certain project. And those men are very ignorant about whatever else is happening. They don't care. You know I'm saving. They even walk with a torn shoe because they are saving.
Before we lose that point, allow me to say something about saving. Saving is very good. But if it is prolonged, it becomes bad. That's when you see people now walking even with torn shoes. But from a psychology, and Tabitha will tell you, if you look at those people who are saving, they are coming from a childhood background of fear. They either grew
motivated by fear.
They grew up maybe without a father figure or in an environment of a lot of poverty. So their source of security is money. So any money they find, they must save. So when they know that they have some money somewhere, they feel secure. So that's why that guy cannot release the money. So such a person needs to be brought to therapy, so that we can take them through the journey of their life, the childhood experiences, and we tell them why you are doing this is because of this and this, and you need to change, so that after you have saved, now you can now start investing, and you can even start taking good care of yourself.
Great. And there is the other investor. Like generally men are futuristic. Most of them are futuristic, and sometimes we forget about the moment, the current moment. We forget about enjoying the moment, and you find that many men will prefer that I can't take my family out because how can we go and spend this amount of money, whereas school fees in the next week, and possibly maybe you can talk to us, because many women feel like this man hakuna kitu ingine anafikirianga. This man just think of projects, and you feel like you got married to a project manager. Now, take us through. What is the feeling?
Actually, the aspect of being taken out is also a love language. We interpret it as a love language as women. And if a man, maybe for a man, if you feel like the money you have, it is not enough for school fees, it's not enough for going out, the best thing is to communicate to this woman. Let her understand. But it is very necessary to plan. Going out, away from home, go eat food that has not been cooked in the home. With the children, sometimes the children, other times just her alone. That is a love language. Yes, it is very important.
Any other love language that you feel like you need to mention? We want to help our men understand some of these love languages, because sometimes I buy my wife gifts. I was somewhere in Nakuru during the weekend, and I was talking to men, and one of my friend, the chairman, akasema, I no longer buy my wife clothes as gifts, because the last time I did, she told me, she started asking how much I bought it, how much it cost. And after that, when I went to, I never saw her wear it. The next moment I went to the village, I found our grandmother wearing the cloth. And
Thank you, Apostle, for bringing it out. I also wanted to bring it out. I have had many men say that. That I buy you a gift. I buy my wife a gift. If you can nyumbani, the first thing ni, how much have you bought this at? Umegongwa. You'd have told me. Now, me, I came excited that I'm bringing a gift. Then I'm told now, here you have lost money, you should have told me.
And actually, she'll give it, the next time you go to church, you'll find the church caretaker. Or you go to the village and you find the neighbor wearing the attire, and you feel like, oh, what did I do? So maybe you can educate us on that.
Maybe this one I need to educate us women.
Yes.
Women, we need to learn about this.
Yes.
This is something I have also had a complaint from men.
Yes.
That when you buy something for your lady and when you go, the first question, how much was it?
Yes.
And then what after you say, this is too much, you could have given me money to go buy.
Yes, yes.
A woman, you should always know you are in this man's life as a helper and as an encourager.
Yes.
Whenever you discourage this man, you are not playing your role. Yours is to encourage and motivate this man to love you or to show love more. Because sometimes they may be trying maybe to impress you and they don't know how to do it. What about receiving that gift? Even if that dress, that color, you don't like it, just say you like it, and you can maybe say, maybe next time I wouldn't mind accompanying you so that I can see if there are some other varieties. But don't try to show this man like whatever you have done, this is cheap, or even giving it away like there you are seeing it with a church worker, a grandmother. It can be very discouraging. So let us take take our position of encouraging. And men love it when we encourage them. I think this is a point where we fail. I must admit that we need to encourage our men. Whenever they do something, let us not criticize. Let us not try to always look for mistakes. Let us not try to look like we are controlling them. And as for us, for you men, I appreciate those who buy gifts for us because it's a love language. We said in our last week's episode that we need to be told we love you, I love you verbally, and then you accompany it with actions.
Yes.
So one of the action we said in our last episode is we need to be given gifts once in a while. So when I bring a gift as a man and then you are like, how much is this? You are criticizing, you are trying to show me like I am cheap.
You want to measure the value.
Yes.
Like just 500.
Yes, that is very discouraging from us ladies.
Or 5,000. Just this 5,000. I know it was not even. Actually, there are some who even say, who was it meant to? Maybe you are buying it for someone else. Ikakosa kumtoshea, so. And men are fighting this battle.
Who sold to you?
Maybe you are promoting your friend. I know you are promoting your friends. It's not about me. Can I tell you
one of the reasons that usually make women suspect there is somebody else?
Yes.
There are usually two reasons.
Yes.
If you don't tell her verbally that you love her, and in our last episode we said, don't say it at night. You say it other times, not at night.
Yes.
If you don't tell her verbally that I love you, whenever you buy a gift, that is when they start speculating. Was it mine? And they start throwing those kind of statements.
Yes.
I know you are promoting your friend. Who showed you? Where did you buy? How much? Sometimes they start speculating if you don't say it verbally. But when you say it verbally, if that lady is in light state of mind, I know she will appreciate. And if she does not, if you are listening to me, let us not always be criticizing our men, always correcting them like they don't know anything or they don't know what they are doing. And another thing that makes us speculate, it's when we are not given priority. There's somebody else who is above us. We are their position 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to be position 2. After God, let us be consulted. We are the ones being consulted, not your sister, not your colleague, not your friend. It is us.
And actually, I want to bring this because I've also heard many men say that I can't share my vision with my wife. My wife doesn't understand my vision. Actually, I have a colleague who is very understanding. Actually, she's the one taking me to go and see that investment. Actually, you hear they are going with a lady to see an investment and get an advice whether to invest or not, and the wife is at home because she feels that my wife sabotages me. She can never. Her work is to shoot me down. Her work is to sabotage me, to frustrate me. What will make us? What will make you women support us as men? What price do we need to pay? And maybe before you talk about it, George, do men come to you and tell you how frustrated they are that their women are sabotaging them? That they don't want to tell them that a man actually buys a plot and he's silent about it? He invests, he's setting a business and employs the sister there and he's silent about it at home. Why?
I've seen that, and I've seen even guys who build houses.
Yes.
And the wife is not aware. Maybe she'll be coming to be aware when the house is being complete. But I always tell them that is very wrong. Very, very wrong. If there is anyone who should know my investments after me,
Yes.
it is my wife.
Uh-huh.
After my wife, my children.
Now, the ideal position, before you continue, I do a lot of trainings for real estate companies, the property companies. I do a lot of trainings for them. And the salespeople will tell you that anytime a man comes to go and view the land or a plot somewhere in Kamuru, in Ruai, or in Juja Farm, or wherever it is in Nyanyuki, whenever a man tells the salesperson that let me go and consult my wife, that is the end of that deal. That plot will not be bought. That is what the salespeople say. As long as amesema wacha nikaulize mke wangu, hawatanunua.
Could it be an excuse? The man himself has not read the plot, so he has just found an easier way of saying, let me go consult my wife. But if, assuming, for giving the benefit of doubt, that he actually went to consult the wife and the wife refused, it shows that, as Tabitha was saying, there is a problem in the foundation. They never discussed about family projects. So when he was going to buy the plot, the wife was not in the know.
No,
so
the wife, in this case, because I want to put it in context, the wife amepelekwa Kamuru na huko Joska. But the wife anaishi Kasarani. So the man has a vision of one day building a home there. And the wife is trying to imagine, yani ni mimi unataka kutoa tao unipeleke huko Ushago. So that project is sabotaged from the beginning. Hubnunui hiyo. But you can't have 50 million to buy a plot at Kasarani. So that's why they say they frustrate, because they don't want to go. They look like you are taking me to the village.
I would say if there was a room for negotiations, the man called the wife and he really explained the vision, and he explained his ability, and he explained the reasons. But the wife now seems again not able to understand, or is still not supporting that. Or the man cannot buy the views of the lady. I think there is a problem with their communication, and they still need to work on their communication so that they start from one point. Because the moment they part ways at the negotiations table and you go by without the involvement of your wife, the entire project's life will be problematic. You will actually be doing it in secret. You never tell them. And even when it will be completed, she will not join you even emotionally to celebrate the completion of the project. So for me, I would still insist, let us go there to the negotiation table, let's agree on the project. And when we are there, let us again not take a very hard ground that my position must be my position. Let's give room, let's allow the others to express their views and agree on a common goal and then proceed. Or even if we are not going to buy at Kamuru, we can look for a compromise ground. Yes.
Great.
Before I lose it, there is something that I wanted to say, which I think I have seen in my house, and I think any man would want. There is this issue of relationship between my wife and my mother. We have a lot of stories that many of our wives do not have good relationship with our mothers. But I would want to tell women, if you would want to win the heart of your man, show him that you love his mother. Show him that you take care or you mind about the mother. If you do that, huyo mtu umemweka chini. He will be with you, he will be for you. Is a game changer. But if you show me that you are fighting my mother, things may not be very good in the long run.
They are hearing their reasoning. Thank you. Tabe, address in 1 minute. What do you want us to do so that you can support our projects? So that you don't feel sabotaged?
Okay, one thing, if I refer to our previous last week's episode, we talked about the man being the vision carrier. Now I want to add and say, this vision needs to be shared. It needs to be a shared vision. Like the way he is, I think it's you who has said, you have a plot in Kamulu, we are living in Kasarani. Before you go to Kamulu, was I aware where we would want to settle
you
as a
want to
family?
get involved from the beginning?
Yes, tell me, I would want us maybe in the next 2 years, we need to have settled somewhere, we have a home. And then we deliberate together, I join in that vision, where would we want to settle down? Then once we agree, when you go to look for a plot in the area we have agreed, it is the chances are I will support. But if I was not involved in that vision, I am not aware of the vision you have. You are not sharing the vision you have for our family with you. I'm likely to sabotage. And women usually give back what we give them. When you give me stress, when you are always making decisions without consulting me, I build resentments. Whenever you come and tell me this is what I'm doing with you, showing me some surprises, I give you back resentments, I give you back sabotage. That is how we sometimes, we as women, we are unable to support.
And we will not like it, for that matter, the way it is served.
So serve us, give us what you want us to serve you.
Wow.
We give back what you give us.
Wow. Give it. You have heard it from the horse's mouth. Give back, and it shall be given back to you. Same measure,
Exactly.
placed down, shaken together, and landing over. You give trouble, you receive much more trouble. Thank you, our viewers, for being part of this show. We are always grateful to hear your feedback and to see you supporting us. We say that it takes a man to get the best out of another man. For our counselor, George Kimani, you can say where we can find you at Bazaar.
Okay, thank you very much. As I said, Kimani, I'm the founder and the director of CHACHAM Consultants. This is a firm that seeks to empower businesses and minds. We bring together financial expertise and counseling expertise. You can get us at the Bazaar Plaza, 11th floor. My phone number is 0720-322-961. 0720-322-961. We are also on Facebook and YouTube, Mwalimu George Kimani. Thank you.
Thank you. Kindly, please, where can we find you?
As I said, my name is Tabitha. You can find me at Blessed House, along Thika Road, opposite Garden City. Or you can just log in www.parkcounseling.com and book appointment so that we can be able to organize how we can meet.
Wow, and I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. Joe Wisdom is a consultant and a trainer. These are part of my books. You can find them at Elevation Bookshop or Nuria Bookshop here in the city. Wisdom for the marketplace, wisdom for wealth, and wisdom for relationship. Until next time, keep it elevate, keep it man unveiled. God bless you.